All right, good morning. So, I have decided for the week that our read aloud is going to be this book called Night Song. And it's really, really, really cute. And so I thought that you guys would really enjoy it because look at this cute little bat. He's so cute. So I'm going to read it and I will say the questions to you that I want you guys to answer at the end. And then I will also post them on Dojo in case that you forget I'll make it a portfolio assignment so that you guys can go in on Dojo portfolios and answer the questions that way. Okay? So this is called Night Song. And this is my first time reading this book too. So I'm reading it for the first time with you all. All right. And it's by Ari Burke and Lauren Long. All right. Now, everything is backwards. Remember, it always confuses me. Okay, here we go. The sun had set, and the shadows clinging to the walls of the cave began to wake and whisper. "Chiro, little wing," the bat mother said to her child, "tonight you must fly out into the world, and I will wait here for you." So Mom wakes him up, and his name is Chiro, and says, "Tonight's the night that you need to fly for the first time, but I will wait for you to come back." "But the night is dark, Mama, darker than the moth's dark eyes, darker even than the water before dawn," the little bat exclaimed, twitching his ears this way and that. "I know," whispered his mother, "and when it is that dark outside, I cannot always see," Chiro admitted, stretching his wings. "There are other ways to see," she told him, "other ways to help you make your way in the world." "How?" "Use your good sense." "What is sense?" the little bat asked. So you can see him upside down, so curious. And I love, because it's at nighttime, and I love how the pages are all black, like to give you the nighttime effect. His mother folded him in her wings and whispered into his waiting ears, "Sense is the song you sing out into the world, and the song the world sings back to you. Sing and the world will answer. That is how you'll see. Now fly from our cave to the pond where we bats like best to eat. Have your breakfast, then fly home, but do not go farther than the pond, not unless your song is sure." So she's telling him, go eat your breakfast, but come right back. And then she let him go. So she was holding on to him, and now he's kind of like dropping for the first time because, bats have to kind of learn how to fly. And so it almost looks like he's falling. Churro fell into the cold air for an instant, then flapped and turned and flew out past the mouth of the cave and into the waiting night. So he just started flapping, and all of a sudden he wasn't dropping anymore. He started to fly. At first, Chiro tried to peer his way through the dark. Long arms rose up in front of him, waving slowly, blocking his path. He could not see around them or over them. Chiro was frightened. And it's hard to tell, but you can kind of see that there's like patterns in here, kind of like light white lines. And this is what he's seeing at night flying. So he's not seeing much, but he's seeing things kind of sticking out of the ground and waving in the air slowly, blocking his path. So all over these pages, there's these little wisps of whiteness, just to kind of show you what Chiro is seeing as he's flying. But he remembered his mother's bright words, "Use your good sense." Chiro began to sing softly at first. So now you can see this blue is showing that he's singing, and it's showing the vibrations that are coming out of his mouth as he's starting to sing his song, which is a lot like echolocation, because that's what bats use to find food and to see through the night, is through that echolocation. But then, more surely, his song flew ahead of him, and soon he could hear something singing back. Tall trees called out to him, chanted the lengths of their long branches and the girths of their rough trunks. Gleefully he flew through the woods, past pines, over maples, and away. So here's his path that he's kind of taking. And I like that they're showing you just a little glimpse of what it looks like when it's not so dark. So you can see all the trees and the branches kind of sticking out. Flying higher now, Chiro saw something sliding through the sky toward him. So out went his song, and where danger once threatened, now Chiro saw only a flock of friends flying above him on their evening errands. So they're showing you that his song, which is his echolocation, is kind of lighting the light of his path so that we can kind of see things in his vibrations of his echolocation. And so here are some geese flying over, and we can see that. But other than that, you can see like the black grass from the nighttime. As he flew farther, Chiro heard strange sounds, lines of noise, 1,000 voices buzzing from one end of the sky to the other. For just a moment, Chiro didn't know what to do or which way to go, but he followed his own song. In the sky behind him flowed a river of whispers fading away. The pond was just ahead. So getting closer to the pond. He's such a cute little bat. When Chiro came to the pond, singing still, he was very hungry. All the night creatures were there above the reeds, thousands of tiny flying tasty things, each one humming a different tune. For Chiro, each of their songs sounded like breakfast. So we've got all of these little critters out by the pond too, and they're all making their own noises. And it's not echolocation, but they're communicating in their own, way for an insect. And he's thinking, "Oh, that looks like food," because that's what bats eat. Chiro ate well that night, and I just love this picture. Look at his little full belly. He's like, "Ooh, I'm stuffed. I got a full belly." When he was full, he stretched his wings again and thought about flying home. But he began to wonder, just a little, what lay beyond the pond, what lay beyond his mother's words. So you can see Chiro kind of looking beyond the pond, because Mom said, do not go further unless your song tells you to do so, which, remember, his song is his echolocation. That's how he tracks his food. That's how he sees. And so he's looking, what's beyond this pond? Is my song going to allow me to go further than the pond? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. So Chiro flew a bit farther, and the familiar fell away from him, out to the margins of the world. Then he was truly on his own, and he is just the cutest little bat. And as you can see his mouth, like, oh, so curious. He flew fast toward a high dune, each grain of sand calling out in chorus as he passed. Chiro flapped up and over the top of the dune and out over the strand, singing louder than he ever sang before. So he's still using his echolocation, and that's what's guiding him. So now he's past the pond, and he's by an ocean or a lake. It doesn't say. But he's seeing a whole different new world that he's never seen before. Out went his song over dark water, then again and again, each wave on the ocean rising up to greet him, each splash of sea foam becoming kin to him, which means familiar to him. The sky began to change, grow light, and cast long shadows over the shore. With the morning came memory of his mother's voice, her warm wings. Chiro knew it was time to go home. So he's been exploring, and that's the ocean's waves. But now light is starting to break through the sky just a little bit because he's starting to see shadows. And so now he's thinking, I need to get home to my mom. Flying higher than he'd ever flown, Chiro began to sing, listening. The music of the land rose up in all of its many textures, each tree, each cliff, each place he'd passed, until finally the song of home added its voice to the others. So he's almost home. His cave called out from the blanketing shrubs and pillows of moss at its mouth, and Chiro followed that familiar sound back into the sheltering earth. So he's starting to find his way to what's familiar and get back into the cave where his mom and his friends probably are all at. Aww. His mother caught him all up in her wings and asked, "Was it very dark in the world, little wing? What did you see?" Why, Mama, Chiro said, laughing. It was very, very dark, and you can tell he's so excited to tell his mom about everything that he saw. And I saw everything. And then he yawned and turned his head into the warmth of her body, letting the rising sun's quiet song carry him, lull him, sing him to sleep. And so Mama's holding him. They're upside down because remember, bats sleep upside down. And Mama's holding him, and they're off to sleep. And so this kind of just has the definition of Chiro. So Chiro, which is spelled Chiro, was inspired by the word Chiroptera. Chiroptera. Might be saying that wrong. But it stands for the order named for bats, the only mammal capable of true flight. So that's why they named him Chiro. And that's the end. So I'm going to read some of the questions that I want you guys to answer, but remember, I will also be posting these on portfolios for you guys to answer. But I want to know, who were the characters in the story? Where did Chiro's mother want him to go, and what was he supposed to do? What did Chiro see sliding through the sky towards him? What did Chiro do when he got to the pond? And the last one, what happened when Chiro got home to his mother? So I will post those questions as well on your dojo portfolios so that you guys can answer those on there. But I thought this just was a really cute book, and his face was really cute. So I hope you guys had a good time listening to this book. I'm going to read this book next, and it's a nonfiction book. So you guys will have some new information about this kapok tree. So I hope you guys have such a good week. Wish I could be reading these books to you, to your face, because I miss you all so, so much. But I hope you guys are enjoying the read-alouds that I do, and it lets you at least see me, even though we can't talk back to each other. But I love you all, and I'm so proud of all of the work that you're doing with distance learning. I mean, you guys are just doing such an awesome job submitting your work and completing everything, and I'm so proud of you guys. So have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys at our next Zoom meeting on Monday. Bye.